Hey, folks. Well, I want you to know that for the last two devotions, I forgot to plug in the mic. Now, when you reach a certain age, forgetting to do things is pretty much par for the course. Truth of the matter is, it's been par for the course ever since I was a young person. It is a trait that has kind of haunted me all of my life. But now that you reach a certain age, at least you got a scapegoat here. I mean, you can blame it on your age. Thank God for that. I want you to think for a moment about a current, whether it's verbally stated or not. Most people believe today that you are the product of the environment. Basically, the way you've been treated and the input that you've received. I'm not denying that reality. I'm not saying that doesn't have any impact on a person, but can you imagine? And by the way, this is great for those people that are quote unquote intellectually above us all, that have a clue as to, how a world should work. These are the ones that have been successful, and once they've been successful, then they impose upon all of us their intellectual superiority, as if they have the answer to all things. I'm speaking oftentimes of our government, not against it. Thankful for the nation that I live in, thankful for the rights that I have as a citizen. A little suspicious regarding those people that think they have an answer for everything. I thought, as much as we have, succeeded as a nation, really it goes no further than endowed by our Creator, as our founding fathers acknowledged that our Creator, we have a Creator, and that Creator is the means by which, first and foremost, we understand law and knowledge, and in terms of the choices that we make them in right relationship to Him. What happens if He's removed from the equation? What happens if there is no Creator? Well, you don't have to look too far. In Romans 1 and verse 18 through 32 speaks of the, degradation that becomes a part of the human condition, acknowledging ourselves to be incredibly wise. We became fools. Our heart is darkened. But let's not even consider that for a moment. I want you to kind of track this out with me. That would mean, if we believe that we're all just the product of everything that has happened to us, that we have no relationship to a Creator, then everything, those people that have succeeded are the great ones in life. Those people that don't agree with the great ones in life are flawed. Flawed in their intellect, flawed in their moral capability, flawed in their perspective, flawed in every aspect. Wouldn't that allow for incredible abuse directed towards groups of people? Wouldn't it allow for some to think that others were not as worthy of recognition as they are? Truthfully, I find it interesting that people today spend so much time, parading in front of us the accomplishments of governments that have proven to be failures throughout the last century, even to this point. I speak of the communist regimes, whether it be China or any other. I sure wouldn't want to be a Uyghur in China today, persecuted, having my, parts of my body sold on the market. But I guess that's what happens when there's certain people that count and others that don't. See, the beauty of being one nation under God is that God has made us all equal. I know that this is overly simplistic, and I understand that there's much more to this. But the beauty of the founding of this nation is that every person has the privilege and right to be. It doesn't mean that every person is going to succeed. It doesn't mean that every person is going to achieve all the goals that another may achieve. Some are more talented athletically than others. That doesn't mean that one is better than the other. Some are more talented intellectually than others. Does that mean that the person that doesn't have the same intellectual capability, that person is of somehow less worth? You see, if all we are is the product of what's been put into us, of our circumstance and situation, then that would allow certain people to think that they're on a plane far above the rest of us. That's not the way that God sees it. It's not the way that God sees you or me. I thank God that we all have a past, and if we're honest with that past, we realize that we don't deserve His affection. He was merciful. I thank God that we're not the product of those things that have happened to us. We are the product of our faith in Him. And that there is a Spirit. It's called the Holy Spirit. It's part of the Trinity of God. It's the very person of God Himself that lives within me. Opens my eyes to see things that I've never seen before, to believe what I've never believed before, to expect as I've never expected before. It allows me to see Christ in a way that I totally was blind to prior to this time. Now, I don't know about you, and maybe the world won't accept this. The Bible speaks of the fact in 1 Peter 4:3 that, they'll think you're strange because you don't continue to live as you once lived. The Bible speaks of the fact that we shine as lights, Philippians 2, in verse 12 and on, that God actually works in us. We stand out. The Bible speaks of us being a light to the world around us. All of this tells us that there's something unique that happens to a person the moment they come to Christ. That the world doesn't get to say who you are, nor who you will be. I don't know about you, but what a punch in a black eye that is to the devil, because he spent all of this time, and all the world is busy. It's just busy. Even in America today, apart from a very small minority telling you that you will never be any more than what has been put into you, that you can never go further than that. And God comes along and He tells you, hey, you have great value and worth, so much so that while you were yet my enemy, I died for you, in Romans 5. And more than that, I put my Spirit in you. And I gave you a gift that, as He desires to give, only He, in 1 Corinthians 12:11. And no one knows what you will be. No one knows how far your reach will go. No one knows. Only He. Isn't that the story of the Bible? God chooses these insignificant people, even a nation that seemed to be insignificant, and makes them great, simply because of who He is, because He says so. Let's just live a He said so life. Don't worry about what the world has told you or how they see you. Worry about who He is, what He's done, and how He sees you. Till next time, friends, God bless you.